Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Jaeger LeCoultre Grande Reverso calendar. You can see the stainless steel Grande Reverso complete calendar on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can also click the card in the right-hand corner of this video at any time to go straight to our product listing for this watch with photos and prices. Now you can see on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. This is truly a Grande Reverso. Although the proportions, the classical golden ratio case, remain intact along with critical details like the Arabic numerals and the horizontal cadrones, the watch nevertheless has a modern wrist presence thanks to the Grande Reverso case now released at SIHH in Geneva 2012. This took the Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso, a great company tradition dating back to 1931, and combined it with the calendar wristwatch, a tradition also dating back to the 30s, pairing it with a case that is 48.5 millimeters from lug to lug. So you have classical elements with modern size. It is 10.5 millimeters thick, so not overly thick in considering the reversible carriage of the case and the complications that are present. It also features a wonderfully sloped case flank such that it easily slides under any kind of tight sleeve or dress cuff. Now across the broad of the case from 9 to 3, the measurement is 30 millimeters, not inclusive of the crown. The watch has what I would call a reverso fit, which is to say, although it is 48.5 millimeters from lug to lug, and that is the convention with reversos, they're generally listed as per their lug to lug measurement, it wears a bit larger because the lugs are drilled fairly high, which is to say the strap sits up high, and so it sort of domes and billows out and over the wrist. It also features a conforming end, so that there's no daylight between case and the end of the leather, and the watch has a little bit of flare, such that it wears more like a watch that would be in the 51 to 53 millimeter range from lug to lug. There's just a little bit of a tendency of the strap at the outermost to want to flare and create a little bit of an additional arc. However, I can say that the watch could be worn securely on a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters. You just have to be ready to notch it down a loop or two. Now the watch does feature an outstanding high-grade semi-bolstered, monotone stitch alligator leather strap. You can see that the scale is neither round nor rectangular, but a unique pattern with calfskin, very supple on the underside, and a beautifully striated brushed caseback, engraved with the name of the company and the model. You can also see Jaeger LeCoultre's first generation double fold deployant clasp, giving the watch the security of a deployant on the wrist, which is to say, when you're putting it on or taking it off, if you do slip, this one's not going to crash down to the floor. It has the full-time buckle security of a deployant, but it also has the double deployant action, so it doesn't have the single big up and over of a single fold. That makes it more compatible with a smaller wrist. It's beautifully finished inside and out, and it bears the maker's mark of Jaeger LeCoultre, so this is a true manufacturer product, from the case to the movement to the buckle itself. And because it's low in profile when buckled, it retains the elegance of a traditional Reverso pin buckle. But it is the case and the dial that are the stars here, and it is a nuanced dial. In spite of its complexity, it manages to be both subtle and comprehensive. Now the classical Reverso elements are present in force. The bold Art Deco style Arabic numerals. There is a dimpled guilloche track about the outermost portion of the dial, looping around the hour track on all four sides. You can see that there is a cut to define the minute track, separate from the inverted Clou de Paris hobnail pattern of the center dial, and there are subtle steps within the day and the month apertures, so they aren't simply sheer slices from the dial down to the day and the month disc. There is a little bit of a taper, a little bit of a slope, and it shows up well under a loop. This is a watch that can stand scrutiny. There's also a beautiful applied gold JL logo above the company marquee. Blued broadsword hands are easy to read at a glance. Legibility is a Reverso strong suit here, with the silver dial contrasting beautifully with the dark cobalt blue of those hands. And then at 6 o'clock you have what's known as a bosom-style moon phase, and it features a beautiful golden disc top, a blue lacquered backdrop, and it's all framed by the guilloche cut of a radial date which features a blued alpha hand indicating the date 31 days to the month, 29.5 days to the moon phase cycle. And on the case back of the traditional Reverso rotating cage, you can see the caliber 843. Now this is 21 jewels, 231 pieces, entirely manufactured. It features a number of interesting decorative elements, starting with the guilloche metallic ring about the outer circumference of the movement. You can see that there's a combination of guilloche present here with linear Côte de Genève striations across the bridges. You can also see beautiful heat-blued cobalt screws, and there is a nice drawn finishing to each edge of every bridge, such that you can see the burrs, the marks of machining, the signs of initial manufacture have been removed by hand. There's also a beautiful subtle graining to the wheels themselves, and it is simplicity, essentially, incarnate, because you're looking at the flow of power from the crown through the center wheel, the third wheel, the fourth wheel, the escape wheel, the pallet, and the balance. So while complexity may be the order of the day on the dial side, simplicity reigns on the case back. You can see this entirely manufactured threading of Jaeger LeCoultre traditions, the calendar watch, longest signature, the Reverso, an absolute icon, and judiciously upsized traditional cases in this Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso, Grande Reverso calendar. See it and take it home on our website, watchyouwant.com.